I had a pretty good run with my team in Europe when I was a head coach. So I had like really good head coach experience, and it's not that different here. Of course, like the players are a lot better, the league is a lot better, but at the end of the day, trust me, the job is not a lot different.
Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering VCT Americas Kickoff. I'm here accompanied by Goked, the head coach for Leviatan, who are just coming off of a 2-1 loss, too loud in said competition. So Goked, like I said before, thank you so much for taking the time. And I just want us to start off with just this recent result, obviously losing to Loud and just having to play another game in the group stage to advance to the playoff stage. And so what's going through your mind right now?
Well, I think we did a good game. We played good the first two maps. I think we could have taken a 2-0, but that's how competition goes. If you sleep, drop the ball, they just take the rounds. And obviously, Loud is a very good team. They punished everything that we did wrong. And then on the third map, I think we ran a little bit out of fuel and we were not adapting that good to what they were doing. I think it was a day where we lost a lot of pistols and a lot of bonus, and that's like pretty detrimental against their compositions. And that's why I think it went 1-2.
Yeah, going a little bit deeper into the kind of issues that you saw in the team that kind of made the series ultimately unwinnable. What do you think made those issues for this team against Loud?
I mean, like I say, for me, the issues were like I think we kind of like had some pistols that we should have won and we lost them. We had some really good situations to win the pistols and we didn't get them. And then we lost the bonus on that. So for me, that was like the main thing that made us like first on the first map like get so many rounds instead of like winning way easier. And on second map, it made us lose it. It was only by a few rounds, but yeah, we lost both pistols and it's still a close game. So yeah, pretty much I think we should have we played cleaner some of those rounds. It would have been a pretty different result.
And yeah, in map 3 specifically, it made a massive contrast compared to what it was in like the first two maps, in which both of the first two maps went the distance, almost reaching to overtime. But then in map 3, it just went all out from the jump, from the start. And you mentioned a little bit about the issues in pistols and not winning those, and how that kind of played a role, and then not winning the series. But sticking into a map 3, what kind of issues did you see from the team there? Was it just more so because of the team not performing as usual that kind of made the loss happen, or was it just the difficulty of just trying to face Loud and their particular comp in that map?
Yeah, I think a bit of both. I think we started map one and two dominating. We could have like closed them really easy. And I think on map three they started dominating us. They're a good team. It's gonna happen sometimes. If we were dominating every single map, like that would be a super positive sign. But we dominated two of them and lost one. They dominated the third map and they kept playing good. They kept abusing their strengths. We didn't adapt as good as maybe we should have, and that's kind of part of like their weird composition, and their playstyle, which makes it harder to adapt. And yeah, no, they just dominated that in that map, and we tried our best. We ran a bit out of fuel. I think if we had a bit more energy, maybe we adapted faster or better. So it's a mix of everything, but of course, like I don't want to disregard like how good Loud is of a team and like what a strong composition they were playing.
Yeah, and looking into that composition, playing the Phoenix and the Breach, it's just kind of composition that we've been seeing Loud play for the majority of their time, or the majority of this competition. And so, um, was it difficult to just trying to figure out how you could counter that kind of composition from your perspective, or anything of the like?
Well, basically, I mean, we did have a game plan, but at the end of the day, you cannot really practice versus that composition, whereas they do practice against ours all the time. And I think the more we go into tournaments and into the league, and the more we can play against this composition or like people playing similar stuff, the more used we're gonna be to it, and the better we'll play against it. Unfortunately, for this time, just making a game plan was not enough. We still like lack some experience in some situations with certain things they were doing, and they were catching us off guard. And yeah, they just got so many key rounds like that, and they were playing the composition essentially like really really good. So it was not that easy to play against it.
And hopefully Leviathan will then build off of this loss and just hopefully continue on forward in this competition and maybe qualify for Madrid. But yeah, I want to now focus away from just this entire tournament, but more so as to your experience in Leviathan so far. You know, switching teams for you coming over from Goy as the strategic coach to then moving to the main position in this team. So talk to me about what that transition has been like for you when it comes to switching positions and also working with a brand new lineup, a brand new lineup that consists of world championship caliber players. So, how has that transition been like for you?
Honestly, not hard. I mean, I used to be a head coach, and I used to. I had a pretty good run with my team in Europe when I was a head coach, so I had like really good head coach experience, and it's not that different here. Of course, like the players are a lot better, the league is a lot better, but at the end of the day, trust me, the job is not a lot different. You know, like you have to do the same, and these guys make it easy. You know, like they're world champs, but they're like humble, they're hardworking. You know, so it's not that different. I don't feel like there's a huge difference of when I did it in tier two to doing it in tier one, and yeah, so far it's going good.
When it comes to working with a team such as this, what do you feel has been the difficult, like the biggest challenge for you when it comes to accommodating to this lineup, or maybe in a way the lineup accommodating to your coaching style?
Mhm. I think we all are being very flexible. Like, of course, I have five insane players, so I'm always very open to their ideas. They are open to my ideas, so we just keep like brainstorming a lot. You know, coming up with like new stuff and seeing what works for us. Trying to like define our play style. The most difficult thing with the team, if any, would be that is. Obviously full international, so we cannot practice online, so we have to do everything bootcamp, you know, and that took some practice away from us here and there. But when it comes to like in-game stuff, you know, strategy and stuff, I think we are um, pretty much on the same page, and we really like feed up from each other ideas and come up with like good stuff together. So yeah, I think everyone's very receptive. I'm very receptive of like their stuff that was working for them in their previous teams, and they're very receptive of all my ideas and vision of the game. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, and the competitive scene has also been receptive to the kind of team Leviathan is so far this year. Although yes, we have seen you guys play for only twice this year, but still, I digress. The fact that given the fact that Leviathan is a team that has, like I said before, world championship caliber players, and in doing so, it brings about a different set of expectations that I'd assume is much more different than the kind of expectations that surrounded your team, your past teams throughout your career, and stuff like that. And so, have you gotten a sense of like that pressure in trying to meet the expectations that are surrounding Leviathan for this year?
Uh, I mean, you obviously feel the expectations, but to be honest, it's not something that affects me a lot personally. I do work as hard as I can every single day. You know I give my all like every single day. And to be honest, like what else can you do? You know, if you do everything, there's not more you can do. People have high expectations. Yeah, that's normal. You know, we're working hard as if our goal was to win it all, because our goal is to win it all. So we're working hard every day, and people expecting things. You know, it's good. We were also playing against world champions today. You know, so obviously it's gonna be a difficult match. If they lost, they probably also has expectations, right? They also have world champions in their team, so at the end of the day, you are having high caliber in your team. Your expectations are high, and then you just can do your best and work as hard as you can. As you can, and at the end of the day, if a match is lost like today, I don't have any regrets, because I know I spent like all the time I could like preparing it, and like we all work so hard for the game. So having a world champion or not like doesn't really change our work ethic. We just do the same and try to do as best as we can on the games.
I'd be remiss if I don't include the fact that you have like an assistant coach, a new one for this year, Irapada. It's a different combination for you as the coach and just having to adjust to him. And how has that partnership been like? And what kind of ideas does he bring to the table when it comes to strategizing and just working with the lineup?
I mean, he's a very smart person, and he also come from being a head coach. So basically, like he always has like really good ideas. He's trying to fill all the gaps that are there, because obviously, as a head coach, there's always so much limited time you have for certain things, and he's always like filling a lot of gaps. And yeah, to be honest, he's just one more in the team, and we all listen to his ideas. He's always like giving his feedback on stuff, and we just bounce ideas off each other, and it's just really good to have him, because like at the end of the day, having someone who's really smart and really competent at his job, and he's like like having good ideas all the time that you can feed from, and you can bounce your ideas with him. It definitely like open up for a lot of like good stuff.
And one more question before I wrap it up. More so, how you view the difference between um, EU Valorant, like America's Valorant. Given as someone that has now, so far, seeing both sides of just the game on the professional level, what do you feel is the biggest difference between both regions, play style wise, or anything else of the like?
Well, I must say, I still feel America is like a step ahead after watching like so many games from like the first part of the tournament. For me, Europe has a very like a structure. There are many playstyles, but overall it tends to be very structured and very correct. Whereas American Valorant, I think people are a lot more intuitive, and they tend to just find the things that work good for them and apply them, whether it's ultra aggressive, whether it is like I think they trust a lot more on their instinct and their gut, and not so much like like a book Valorant, where you are following all the rules and all the basic structure. And yeah, I think that's maybe why the American scene is a little step ahead, but definitely it's like very close, and both are very good.
Yeah, and that's it. Hopefully, we could see Leviatan reach the international stage for Madrid and later on down the line. Goked, thank you so much for taking the time during this interview. Really appreciate it. Thanks for answering my questions, and best of luck for you in the future.
Thank you very much. See ya.